Hey everybody, Jeff Marr and Dan Snowberger, and thank you for tuning in to the latest Superintendent Monthly Review. This is for the month of October, and we are back from fall break.
Yes. Hard to believe. Hard to believe. It went by very fast. So
Did you get some rest at least?
got a little rest. Yep. Had
Good.
one of my daughters got married, so that was
Nice.
yeah. This was a quick fall break for
And
sure.
we
So
hope that all of you got some rest and relaxation as well, and all of the hardworking staff throughout Elizabeth School District. So if you're new to these monthly reviews, what we do is we talk about some of the events that are coming up that we are looking ahead to, and we also cover some of the big topics that are going on throughout the school district. And one of those topics is something that you might be already familiar with, because I know that, Dan, you've sent some
yep,
information and communication out to families about this, and it has to do with some of the misinformation that's going around about the school district's
yep,
financial status.
yep.
And that's something that you're actually going to address separately in another video to go
Correct.
into detail
Correct.
about what we're looking at.
Yeah, there's always information out there, and parents, I just want to encourage, and community members as well. If you ever get information that you're just like, wow, that seems unusual, never hesitate to reach out. Unfortunately, it's election time, and so there always seems to be the opportunity for people to tell some tall tales. So we want to make sure that our community knows where we are as a district within our finances, within our budget, within the work that we've been doing. I'm very proud of the work that we've done in this district to build our financial standing. This district, when I arrived here, had multiple flags in the fiscal audit committee. In fact, I was appeared before them yesterday at the Capitol to address some of those flags that have consistently been occurring for the last 5 years. And we've worked really hard as a district to get ourselves on path to build a fund balance, and really excited about the amount of money we were able to put back into a fund balance last year. And so really want to make sure our community knows the work that's been happening, the work that's been driven by this administration as well as by this board. So we will put out that video. It's very much like what's been put out in writing last week. But sometimes people like to hear it and actually see
Yeah.
some charts. So we'll do it in a video format, and that'll be released before the end of the week. So hopefully that'll help those of you that might be visual and want to be able to see it and understand it. So that's always important. There's this no interest loan that people are saying, oh my gosh, you're borrowing, so you must be in desperate need. No, we are heavily funded by local property taxes, and anyone who owns a house knows that you pay your taxes, or your mortgage company pays your taxes in March, April, and May, or March and June, depending on what they choose. And we don't get that money, and yet that pays for education this school year. And so we get half of our money in April, May, and June of the year, and so we have to pay the bills throughout the year. And we've done a lot of work in increasing salaries within the district. And so we'll go into some more detail of how that works and what we've been doing. But we want to make sure our community, we are beholden to our taxpayers, and we want to make sure that we're very transparent with you about the work that's been going on and the work that our chief financial officer has been doing to really put us in a very good financial standing.
So we encourage you to watch that video that Dan is going to release. It's also going to be in my newsletter and on our social media. And unfortunately, in the age of social media, what happens is people can take clips from meetings out of context and then not look into detail or share detail about the big picture. And that's why we do our monthly updates like this, but then also we go into detail so that we provide all the information in a transparent way to you.
Great.
The other thing that we wanted to talk about and summarize is the EHS homecoming week. We had another successful homecoming parade, a great turnout at the football game and the homecoming dance as well. And I know that you were out there at
Yeah.
the parade too, and it was great to see another smooth
I
experience.
love this community. This community is so supportive of the school district and our high school. Homecoming is a townwide event. Our town is so supportive of our homecoming event, and I always say that week everyone's a cardinal. And so we had an amazing parade event. Our high school does an amazing job, but all of our schools rally behind that. An uneventful parade. We did have one student that had heat exhaustion at the end. So we'll work next year to make sure that our students on our floats are drinking. That's really important here in Colorado. And so unfortunately, case in point. But really, it was a great week, and always a chance to celebrate the pride we have in being Cardinals here in Elizabeth.
Important to stay hydrated
It
because
is.
even that month, the
It
heat
is.
can catch up to you
It
outside.
does. Yeah. You think, oh, it's a little cooler, but no, that sun can really still get at you. So happy to report that everyone's safe, and
Yeah.
everyone got back to school safely and got transported home that day. And our football games continue. We have a few more home games, but we have sporting events throughout the year. I know sometimes people say, oh, all you talk about football. Well, we talk about football because that's what's going on now, but basketball is about to start, and then we have
Yep.
soccer. Well, we have soccer going on right now, boys soccer, but girls soccer starts, and we've just got lots of events going on throughout the year. So for our community that's always looking for something to do, you don't have to leave Elizabeth. Check our high school schedule. There's always something happening there.
And we have so many teams to celebrate. The EHS girls softball team had an amazing season. And you see a lot of these teams out on floats during the homecoming parade, and they put a lot of work into the floats,
They do.
the design of it. And actually, that's something that you will see in my newsletter as well, is that the EHS Student Council did parade rankings for the top 3 parade floats, and they shared that with me. So I'm going to share it with you. And congratulations to all of the students and the groups who took part in that parade, and all the hard work that our community was able to see.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't remind the community that the play Robin Hood is coming up.
Yes,
so
it is.
Please watch for that. There's a sandwich board out in front of the high school with the dates of that. So come and watch. We have an amazing theater group. Jennifer Barkley does such an amazing job with our theater group at the high school. So
100%. And that flyer is on your screen right now. So take a look at the details. I'll continue to share that in the newsletter. We would love to see an excellent turnout for that. We also wanted to talk to you about direct explicit instruction. This is something that we have talked about all school year, and we're going to continue to do that because it's an important strategy for the school district, and it also results in ongoing training for our staff and principals throughout the year.
Yeah. So right before break, Zach Gershell, who you met on a video that we did early in the year, Zach was here right before break, and this time he was actually working with our principals. One of the things we want to make sure our principals are continuing to do is visiting our classrooms and coaching our teachers. Obviously, we have an amazing teacher, or we have amazing teachers in Elizabeth School District. But just like with all of us, we're on a journey. We're on a journey to continue to improve our skills. And so one of the things Zach was doing right before break was actually working with our principals on being instructional coaches, being better instructional coaches, using a tool we call Step Lab, which is a chance for principals to observe teachers, provide them not only feedback, but also video tools on how to continue to improve practice within their classrooms. And so he was here for multiple days, worked with principals. Principals went into classrooms for volunteer teachers who offered to be subjects for observations, and principals went in with Zach. Zach modeled coaching, modeled strategies, and then taught how to use this platform we called Step Lab within our schools. So again, this is something that's continuing to be ongoing. Our teachers are getting regular observations. Again, it's not a got you, it's how do we help our amazing teachers continue to get even more amazing? How do we continue to help our teachers develop? And again, folks, we are so blessed here in Elizabeth to have the amazing staff that we have. And so if you haven't had a chance recently, thank one of our teachers, thank your child's teacher for the amazing work they do each and every day.
And the all-encompassing goal that this ties into is better test scores, right? That's really what you have your eyes on.
It's better learning that results obviously in better test scores, but I believe very strongly that it's better learning, better outcomes for students means obviously we demonstrate that through better outcomes for students, which obviously one of those is better outcomes in student testing. But
right.
But obviously we want to make sure students are prepared for the next step in life, whatever that may be, and so it's so important.
So the other part that's important that we wanted to share with you is parent-teacher conferences, and we had a good turnout this year.
We had amazing turnout. So parents, thank you so much for heeding that call. Again, it's so important we keep open lines of communication. So if you see something in your child's report card, you see something in your child's Infinite Campus portal that's like, what's going on here? What's that grade? Reach out to our teachers. It's our job to communicate with you. It's your job to stay in touch with us as well. So please, if you see something going on, we have to work together to continue to make sure our students are on track. If you're not hearing, if you don't get a response, I will tell you one thing. We do have a phenomenon in our district is sometimes email goes into spam. So if you don't hear from your child's teacher after you email them, do reach out to the office, do reach out to your building administrator, because please don't assume that it's being ignored. We're continuing to remind our staff to check spam. Unfortunately, our email system sometimes does. If they haven't received an email from you recently, sometimes that email does get put into a spam folder, and sometimes our teachers may not check their spam folder every day or every week. So if they don't respond to you, please don't assume it's we don't want to communicate with you. Follow up with a call to the school, follow up with an email to your principal. If you need to reach out to me as well, and I'll make sure that email gets through to that teacher, because we want to stay in touch and we want to make sure we're working together.
Good point. I also wanted to talk to you about DAC, District Accountability Committee, and the calendar survey that the district put out to parents. We actually had a lot of parents who have already filled out that survey, but if you haven't filled out that survey, we encourage you to do that, because you're able to weigh in on what the school year might look like with the calendar 2026, 2027.
2027,
28.
Yeah.
So that's right.
Yeah.
We're looking 2 years ahead.
Yeah, so we're always trying to stay 2 years ahead, parents, because we know parents like planning ahead. They like planning vacations. Sometimes you get the best deal if you plan ahead.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that it couldn't change future in the next year's calendar. And we have had some parents feedback that have said, why wait 2 years? So please know that feedback this for 27, 28 could make minor changes. We'll never change the start and end of the school year, because we know parents really do plan around that. But it could change features in next year's calendar. So please know that survey is important. Our District Accountability Committee will review that next Thursday, the 30th, and we'll take that into account in producing a calendar for our board to consider in the month of December. They'll adopt that either December or January, and then that will be posted for the 27-28 school year. It's hard to believe.
Wow.
But yeah, we are trying to stay 2 years ahead, so those calendars are always on our website so that you can look ahead and plan accordingly.
And your feedback is really important. So please take a look at that survey if you haven't already. And we also would encourage you to take part in the Superintendent Forum. That is coming up in November, Tuesday, November 18th, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in the ESD boardroom, and this is something that you do on a regular basis. You always look forward to doing it.
And we moved it from Wednesday to Tuesday to make sure that we change nights. Sometimes Wednesdays don't work for everyone. Sometimes there's church events on Wednesday nights. So we will move it around on different nights, hoping that we don't conflict with certain people's schedules. So it is on a Tuesday this time. And again, it's just open forum, no dog and pony show. I don't have a PowerPoint to share with you, just a chance to dialogue. And so always appreciate parents who come and a chance to just dialogue. I get to know you, you get to know me, and a chance for us to talk about important things for the district. So again, hope to see you on Tuesday the 18th here in the boardroom at 634 South Albert Street.
And you can also catch Dan and many of our staff at Boo Bash Harvest Festival. It's coming up this Saturday.
Yep.
The Elizabeth School District has a booth right there on Main, and we have a lot of fun with this. I've had a lot of fun doing this. We hand out candy to kids, and it's also a chance for the community to connect with our staff members at the administrative level, at the leadership level, at the school level. I mean, we have staff all throughout the day there.
Yeah. We've got a lot of teachers and support staff who love signing up, and so we'll always have 3 or 4 different staff members throughout the day. I'm usually there in the morning, so anyone who would love to stop by, I take the morning shift and help set up, and then we've got district administrators who are there throughout the day. So again, would love to have you stop by and visit, and always look forward to chatting with folks on that day. This town is an amazing community, and so I'm always excited to be a part of those community events. So
Boo Bash on Main, it's this Saturday, so we look forward to seeing you. And the last thing we want to point out is just that, again, we hope that you all had a wonderful fall break. It's great to be back. And then we've got 5 weeks before Thanksgiving break comes up. So it always comes up really fast between fall break and the holidays. And then before you know it, the end of the calendar year is here.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. But
Yeah.
anyways, thank you so much for tuning in to this. And again, please know we're here. Never hesitate to call or email, and always willing to meet with you, even outside of our forums. Parents, if you have concerns, if you hear things, again, we were talking about some misinformation out there. If you have questions, don't hesitate to call. Don't just assume that what you hear is true. Don't assume that what you hear isn't true. Give us a call, email, reach out, and let us either set the record straight or let us confirm what you're hearing. I'm always willing to sit down and schedule time, meet you at a coffee shop, whatever it may be. It's important we dialogue. This is your school district. It's not my school district, it's your school district. It's our job to make sure we're responding to you. So thank you so much.
Dan, thanks.
Yeah.
And be sure to follow us on social media for more updates like this. Check our website as well, elizabethschooldistrict.org, and we will see you next month.